Have you ever noticed that your eyes sometimes feel heavy or dry right before bed, as if they've been working all day and just can't focus anymore? You rub them gently, hoping they'll feel better in the morning, but sometimes they still wake up tired, strained, or foggy. The truth is, your eyes do most of their healing while you sleep. Every night, microscopic repairs happen in your cornea, retina, and optic nerve, repairing light damage, rebuilding protein cells, and restoring clarity. But here's the hidden part most people miss. Your eyes can only rebuild if you give them the right nutrition before bed, especially protein. Not just any protein, though. Certain kinds contain amino acids and antioxidants that your eyes specifically use to rebuild tissues and protect against oxidative stress. When you eat the right proteins before sleep, you're quietly giving your eyes the tools they need to stay strong, moist, and clear for years to come. That's what we're exploring today. 4 powerful nighttime proteins that protect and restore your eyes naturally, especially for seniors over 50. And what's beautiful about them is that they're simple, comforting foods you can easily enjoy before bed. No complicated recipes, no supplements, just real nourishment. Before we start, please subscribe, like, and share this video if you want to keep your eyes strong and vision clear naturally. Each small action you take helps this community grow and helps more people discover natural ways to protect their sight. Let's begin with the first nighttime protein, one you might already know but never realized was so powerful for your eyes. Quinoa. Most people think of it as a grain, but quinoa is actually a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids. That's something very few plant foods can do. It's also rich in lysine, an amino acid that strengthens collagen, the clear, flexible tissue in your cornea and sclera. When collagen is strong, your eyes stay firm and bright. Quinoa also carries a special nutrient called rutin, a natural compound that strengthens capillaries and improves blood flow to the retina. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach the delicate cells that capture light and color. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate more plant proteins like quinoa had lower levels of oxidative stress and better overall retinal function. Try a small bowl of warm quinoa cooked with almond milk and a pinch of cinnamon before bed. It's light, soothing, and helps your eyes renew themselves through the night. Now, the second protein is an ancient food that's been used for centuries in Asia for vision and vitality: mung beans. These tiny green legumes are rich in plant-based protein and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, the same pigments that form a natural shield in your retina against blue light and UV damage. Mung beans are also known to cool the body and cleanse the liver. 2 benefits that, in traditional medicine, are directly connected to clearer, brighter eyes. For older adults, mung beans are ideal because they're gentle on digestion and provide slow, steady energy release overnight. When paired with turmeric or ginger, they also help reduce inflammation around the optic nerve, which can help ease eye pressure and strain. You can enjoy them as a light soup or porridge before bed. And here's something remarkable. Researchers in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism observed that participants who included mung bean protein regularly showed noticeable improvement in retinal pigment density, a key sign of stronger vision. So a small bowl at night isn't just nourishing your body. It's giving your eyes the raw materials they need to stay youthful and resilient. Next comes something newer to most people, but deeply effective: amaranth protein. Amaranth is an ancient pseudo-grain that's now recognized as a complete protein, similar to quinoa. What makes amaranth unique is its high content of methionine and cysteine, amino acids that help the eyes form glutathione, the master antioxidant. Glutathione is like your eye's built-in cleaner. It protects the lens from becoming cloudy and defends the retina from oxidative aging. But here's the catch. As we grow older, our glutathione levels drop sharply. That's one reason cataracts become more common after 60. By eating amaranth regularly, even a small half-cup portion before bed, you can help your eyes rebuild their antioxidant defenses naturally. You can cook it just like quinoa or oats, and it pairs beautifully with a drizzle of honey and a few crushed almonds. It's comforting, rich in magnesium for relaxation, and an ideal bedtime protein that supports both sleep and vision. And now, for the fourth, a gentle powerhouse you may not have tried before, edamame, or young soybeans. These bright green beans are packed with high-quality plant protein and contain a special compound called genistein, which helps protect retinal cells from oxidative stress. Edamame also supports hormonal balance, which can be helpful for postmenopausal women who often experience dryness, not just in the skin but in the eyes as, well, a small handful of lightly steamed edamame before bed can give your body and eyes a steady supply of amino acids through the night. Researchers from the National Eye Institute have noted that diets higher in soy-based proteins can help support tear production and reduce symptoms of dry eye in older adults. Plus, edamame's natural magnesium content promotes relaxation, making it perfect for winding down before sleep. You might be noticing a pattern here. All these proteins work slowly and gently, not only to nourish your eyes but also to support deeper, more restorative sleep. Because it's during those quiet hours that your body carries out its finest repairs. The proteins you eat right before bed literally become the raw materials for tomorrow's vision. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, like, and comment below to share which of these foods you'd like to try first tonight. Your feedback helps this community keep growing and gives hope to others looking for natural ways to care for their eyes. Now, take a moment to imagine it. You're sitting in your cozy kitchen before bedtime. A small bowl of warm quinoa pudding, a few spoonfuls of mung bean porridge, or a handful of soft edamame in front of you. As you eat, you know you're feeding your eyes the nutrients they need to repair themselves quietly through the night. You're giving your vision a chance to stay clear, strong, and full of life, because the truth is, your eyes never stop working, even when you sleep. They just need your help to keep shining. Now that you know which 4 proteins help protect and rebuild your eyes while you sleep, quinoa, mung beans, amaranth, and edamame, let's explore how they actually work inside your body during the night. Because the real magic happens after you turn off the lights, close your eyes, and rest. That's when your body quietly uses what you've eaten to renew itself. And your eyes, being one of the most active parts of your body, need that repair time more than anything. You see, your retina is made up of over 100 million tiny, light-sensitive cells. Every single one of them depends on proteins to function and rebuild. These proteins aren't stored for later. Your body uses them fresh every night. When you go to sleep after eating eye-friendly proteins, your digestive system breaks them down into amino acids, which are then carried through your bloodstream to your eyes. There, they're rebuilt into new tissue, new enzymes, and protective antioxidants. That's why what you eat before bed has such a direct influence on how your eyes feel and function the next morning. Quinoa, for instance, contains lysine and tryptophan, amino acids that don't just support collagen, but also help you sleep deeper by increasing melatonin production. When you fall into deeper sleep, your eyes receive more oxygen and circulation improves. That's a perfect combination. Better rest and better repair. This is why many older adults who add a small bowl of quinoa or amaranth to their evening routine often report waking up with clearer, less dry eyes. They may not realize it's because they're fueling the collagen and antioxidant systems during the body's repair cycle. But that's exactly what's happening. Mung beans work a little differently. Their natural cooling and anti-inflammatory properties make them ideal for anyone struggling with puffiness, redness, or eye fatigue at night. They help balance the liver, which in traditional Eastern medicine is closely tied to eye function. Modern research now confirms this connection. When your liver is overloaded with toxins, your blood doesn't carry nutrients to the retina as efficiently. Mung beans act like a gentle filter, reducing that burden and helping your eyes receive the nourishment they deserve. Amaranth, on the other hand, does something extraordinary. Its amino acids, particularly methionine and cysteine, are used to produce glutathione, a compound your eyes rely on to defend against oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress like rust building up in metal. Over time, free radicals damage the delicate proteins in your lens, leading to cloudiness or blurred vision. Glutathione works like a natural cleaner, wiping away that buildup. But to create it, your body needs the right protein building blocks. And that's exactly what amaranth provides. That's why even a half-cup serving before bed can make a real difference over time. Then comes edamame, a small but mighty source of isoflavones and genistein, both of which protect your retinal cells from damage caused by light exposure during the day. We're surrounded by screens, bright lights, and glare that tire the eyes. By evening, your eyes are full of oxidative molecules. Edamame's plant compounds help neutralize those, giving your eyes a cleaner, calmer environment to repair in. Studies have also shown that diets rich in soy proteins improve tear quality, meaning if you wake up with dry eyes, edamame may be one of the simplest natural solutions. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates how these changes can make a difference. A woman in her late 60s from Florida wrote that she had struggled with night dryness and mild blurriness for years. Her doctor told her everything looked fine, but she just felt her eyes were tired. After watching a seminar about nighttime nutrition, she decided to replace her usual late-night snack with something lighter, a small bowl of quinoa with warm almond milk and a spoonful of mung bean paste. Within 3 weeks, she noticed that her eyes no longer burned in the morning, and she didn't need her artificial tears as often. Her improvement wasn't magic, and it was biology. She was simply giving her body what it needed at the right time of day. That's an important part of this approach. Timing. The proteins you eat before bed aren't just nutrients, they're signals. They tell your body, it's time to rebuild. That's why consistency matters more than quantity. Even a few spoonfuls of these foods can make a difference if you have them regularly. Many people underestimate how small changes, when repeated daily, become powerful healing habits. To make this practical, here's a simple way to include these proteins naturally before bed. You don't need to prepare a full meal, just a small serving that's comforting, light, and satisfying. For example, try a quarter cup of cooked quinoa mixed with a teaspoon of honey and warm milk for a cozy bedtime bowl. Or have a few tablespoons of mung bean soup with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper. If you prefer something savory, steam a handful of edamame and sprinkle a little sea salt on top. And on alternate nights, you might have a few spoonfuls of soft-cooked amaranth porridge. Its mild, nutty flavor is both soothing and deeply nourishing. The key is to keep your portions modest and your choices consistent. Eating too heavily before bed can slow digestion, but a light serving of these proteins supports both your eyes and your rest. Think of it as feeding your vision, not your appetite. As you build this habit, pay attention to how your eyes feel in the mornings. Are they less dry? Do they focus faster? Do lights seem softer? These small signs are your body's way of saying thank you. Many seniors report subtle but real changes within weeks. More comfortable vision, less strain while reading, and even improved night clarity. That's the quiet power of food when it's chosen with intention. And if you're new to this channel, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video with a friend or loved one. You never know whose eyesight you might help by passing along this simple message. Good nutrition shared is vision preserved. Now, as we prepare to move deeper into this journey, we'll explore how these proteins interact with other nutrients like zinc, vitamin E, and carotenoids, and how combining them properly can dramatically improve their effect on eye protection. Because your nighttime meal can become your most powerful eye treatment if it's built right. So stay with me, because what comes next might just change the way you think about dinner and bedtime forever. Now that you understand what these 4 nighttime proteins do, quinoa to strengthen collagen, mung beans to reduce inflammation, amaranth to restore antioxidants, and edamame to protect your retina, let's talk about how to make them work together. Because food synergy matters just as much as individual nutrition. When you pair the right nutrients, they multiply each other's effects, especially when it comes to eye repair. For instance, if you combine a small serving of quinoa with a few edamame beans, you get a full spectrum of amino acids that help rebuild the corneal tissue and retina more efficiently. The fiber in quinoa also slows down the release of glucose, keeping your blood sugar steady overnight, something that's incredibly important for seniors. Because blood sugar fluctuations are one of the hidden causes of blurry vision and eye fatigue in the morning. Stable sugar levels mean less oxidative stress and more consistent eye hydration. Now, when you add a teaspoon of flaxseed oil or a drizzle of olive oil to your mung bean soup or amaranth bowl, You're adding healthy fats that help your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin E and carotenoids. Vitamin E is especially vital. It protects the delicate membranes of your retina from light-induced damage. One small study published in the Ophthalmology and Vision Science Review found that when older adults consumed plant proteins along with healthy fats before bed, their eye surface moisture improved by nearly 25% over 2 months. That's a simple but powerful example of how timing and food pairing can make nutrients far more effective. If you're wondering what time is best to eat, aim for about 1 hour before you go to bed. That gives your body enough time to digest lightly before rest. A half cup of any of these proteins, or a mix of 2, is plenty. The goal isn't to feel full, but to feel nourished. The ideal bedtime protein snack should feel like a gentle routine, not a heavy meal. Let's imagine this in your real life. Picture yourself finishing dinner around 7 p.m. You spend a few hours reading, watching a show, or simply relaxing. Then around 9 NAS, you prepare your small bowl, perhaps a few spoonfuls of warm quinoa mixed with steamed edamame and a touch of sesame oil. As you eat slowly, you know that you're not just having a snack. You're preparing your eyes for their nightly renewal. And when you wake up in the morning, your eyes feel softer, more comfortable, ready for light. Over time, these small rituals become the foundation of lasting eye strength. Now here's something many people overlook. Protein doesn't just feed the eyes directly, it also supports the organs that protect the eyes. Your liver, kidneys, and gut all play roles in filtering toxins and maintaining balance in the blood. When you feed them clean proteins like mung beans and amaranth instead of processed late-night snacks, you're helping your whole system stay clearer. And a clearer system always translates into clearer vision. In fact, the British Journal of Nutrition reported that older adults with higher intakes of plant-based proteins had significantly lower risk of age-related eye degeneration. The researchers concluded that amino acids like arginine, cysteine, and glutamic acid were key to supporting ocular tissue renewal and microvascular health, meaning the small capillaries in your eyes stayed flexible and open. That's the scientific version of what we feel as light, comfortable eyes in the morning. But let's make this personal. Think about how much your eyes have given you. They've carried your memories, your family's faces, your favorite sunsets, the look of someone you love. They've served you faithfully for decades. Don't they deserve a little care in return? Every time you choose one of these simple nighttime proteins, you're sending a quiet message to your body. I want to keep seeing the world clearly. And your body listens. It responds with renewal, strength, and gratitude. Now let's briefly talk about the environment in which you eat before bed. Try keeping the lights low, your devices off, and your mind calm while you enjoy your protein snack. When your body feels relaxed, it digests better and uses nutrients more efficiently. You can even turn this into a mini ritual, a slow, mindful pause before bedtime. Maybe you take a few deep breaths, stretch your neck and shoulders, or simply close your eyes for a moment to thank them for another day of sight. These small acts tell your nervous system that it's time to rest, and they amplify the healing benefits of the food you've just eaten. For those who like warm drinks before bed, you can even blend your proteins creatively. For example, add 2 tablespoons of cooked quinoa or amaranth into a cup of warm oat milk, blend it until smooth, and sip it like a creamy bedtime tonic. You'll be surprised how soothing and satisfying it feels, and how naturally it supports your eyes overnight. Now, let's summarize what we've learned so far. Quinoa strengthens your eye structure and promotes calm, deep sleep. Mung beans cleanse the liver and feed your retina protective antioxidants. Amaranth rebuilds your lens protection system through glutathione. And edamame supports moisture and retinal resilience. Together, they form a gentle but powerful quartet of protection. One that works while you rest. You don't need supplements or fancy products. You don't even need big changes. All you need is awareness. A few mindful choices before bed, repeated night after night. The body doesn't change overnight, but it does change through rhythm. When your rhythm becomes nourishing, your eyes respond beautifully. And if you've made it this far, that shows you care deeply about your health and your future vision. And that care makes all the difference. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share this video so we can continue building a community where seniors feel empowered, informed, and hopeful. Together, we're proving that aging doesn't mean losing your clarity. It can mean gaining it, if you know how to feed your body right. Before we close, here's a small reminder that will stay with you. Your eyes don't grow weaker with age because they're old. They grow weaker because they're undernourished. Give them the right nutrients and they'll surprise you with how much they can recover, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, take a few minutes to nourish not just your hunger, but your vision. Choose one of these 4 proteins: quinoa, mung beans, amaranth, or edamame. Eat slowly, breathe deeply, and trust the process. Because while you sleep, your eyes will be quietly thanking you, layer by layer, cell by cell, for giving them what they've needed all along. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, your eyes are your lifelong companions. Protect them gently, feed them wisely, and they'll keep showing you the beauty of life, naturally and clearly, for years to come.